Hi, it's Joy, and today we're watching The Sandman. It's season 1, episode 11, A Dream of a Thousand Cats / Calliope. I'm pretty sure this is 2 short stories put into one episode, a bonus episode, so I'm very excited to hopefully just have a sort of relatively stress-free time. I mean, not that this is the most stressful of shows, but the way the season kind of kept building and building and you were worrying about things, these are just going to be 2 standalones, I'm hoping, so that should be fun. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon, and let's go! Am I watching the right show?
Come to bed.
It's tonight. Are you coming? Should be amusing, if nothing else.
I can't get out.
This is ridiculous. This is not what I was expecting, even when it said Dream of a Thousand Cats.
So do we all, child. So do we all.
Kind of concerned. Okay, no, this is very scary, actually. A lot of cats in a graveyard.
These are half-breeds. They're not worth anything.
This is a very brutal episode, like, making me feel bad for cats.
What are you gonna do with them?
Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, in the modern era, do people still do this?
I felt them from afar, in the dark,
This is cheerful.
as the cold.
I just feel guilty.
You should.
I knew then that
There
I
are
had
other
belonged to
options
you,
with unwanted
that
pets.
I prayed to the King of Cats, he who walks amongst us. And
Is Dream the King of Cats?
But the way is hard. A little cat
What is this episode?
I am here.
And who are you?
I love this so
A
much.
cat.
We all see
a
Dream the way
walker in
we'd see
night
him.
places. I saw the truth, our truth,
Okay.
and it transcended anything I had imagined. Many, many seasons ago, cats truly ruled this world. We were larger than.
This is
Everything
ridiculous.
waited for us. When the moon shone full, we would hunt them. For they were the game of cat and man.
Oh God.
Inspired by a dream, he told
Ooh.
them.
Dreams
And he told them during when the sun was up.
The way it is now.
And the cat's telling her dream with the moon.
A world where we are no
I don't want giant cats to hunt me, please.
It wasn't many, 1,000 perhaps, no more. They dreamed, and the next day, things changed.
This is ridiculous.
Dogs, they're metal machines.
Then wake, child, with my blessing.
Fucking hell.
Where all cats are queens and kings of creation. That is my message.
But then humans will just dream the same thing and it'll be a cycle for forever.
I believe.
Oh.
Then there is hope, child.
I mean, I kind of hope not. We don't need to be throwing kittens in rivers.
I wonder what cats dream
Hmm.
about.
The way she's twitching, she's probably hunting something.
Human.
Look at her.
I mean, if anything is confirmed that I'm never getting a cat, it's this episode. Mainly so that when they rise up, they will not strike against me because I have never imprisoned a cat. Okay, that was different.
Character
Hello, Arthur
has
Darvill.
to come first. As follows.
Many people asking if I noticed the Christopher Marlowe reference in the episode, and I did. I studied Dr. Faustus, and my friend's parents took us to see Dr. Faustus put on at the Globe, and I saw Arthur Darvill in it. He was very good.
The Rapunzel syndrome is called.
Gross.
Perseverers were once believed to possess mystic powers. They can remedy poison.
That's a-
well.
I mean, we don't Harry Potter writer, but like that's what a buzzword that the Ron in this book 6 of it.
The hardest part was getting her back to England.
Fucking hell. How many rich old men have mythical beings in their basements?
I'm giving you to Richard. You're his now.
Did he know it was a
You
person?
would free me before you died.
I found force most
Of
efficacious.
course you did, you piece of disgusting shit. Can you live with this? Is your drive for personal glory enough?
I just need time to think about what to do.
What is there to think about?
Mm-hmm. You've kidnapped someone,
Goddess.
essentially.
Do you think you could help me first?
But once you use her
Inspire me?
once, you'll keep going.
Just for one book, and then I will let you go.
It's never just for one book, is it? You wrote one book without kidnapping a woman. To be honest, if you had just set her free the second you had the chance, she might have voluntarily been like, thank you, I'll help you. Yep, here comes the power of ego. He's trying to woo her. When you're literally holding her prisoner. It's better than trying to force her, I agree. You know you could have wooed her instantly by freeing her the minute it was within your power.
Unless you say the words, that I may be as free as you are.
You think I'm free?
Yes, no one is holding you prisoner, sir. Men and their
I got the advance for this
egos.
book 2 years ago.
Ask me again when I am free.
Exactly, if you'd have just freed her in the first place, she might have done it for you. Because you'd never agreed to take her prisoner. Now, if I was her, I'd be like, yeah, me and my sister's going to make sure you never write a word again. I'm going to forget the language.
Do you understand?
Oh, God.
Don't be fooled. She's not human. She's thousands
This is
of
how it
years old.
happens.
This is her purpose, to inspire men like us.
To inspire men like us.
I'll send you something.
All we had to do was fucking free her. And she probably out of gratitude would have been like, yeah, here's a book. Yep, petty little man. Just as we suspected. I hope you die. Because you'll be off to hell when you do.
She did bear his cup. That boy child who went to Hades for his lady love and died in Thrace, torn apart for his sacrilege.
Oh my goodness.
He had a beautiful voice too.
Morpheus.
Orpheus.
Dream King will never help me.
I mean, I think he will. We're watching his show and he's your only hope, so.
Not like you, your former husband has been ensnared by mortals. He is immured beneath the ground, leaving this realm.
This is everything.
I think it probably speaks to the author's pretension.
Agreed.
Do you tend to regard myself as a feminist writer?
Fuck off with what you are doing, sir.
And where does that voice come from?
Cat, take him first.
Do not allow yourself to enjoy our success, even for a second.
You stole it from her. Oh, yep.
The outset that cast
Proof that he's
and
been
crew will be made
freed.
up of at least 50% women and people of colour.
Of
And then we
course.
need to publish
You're
the parody.
progressive, aren't you, as you keep a woman locked up and brutally force her to do your bidding. Piece of shit, I hope you die. He didn't lock the door, but she can't run, can she?
I call to you, Oniros, that you may hear me. Come to my aid when I say your name out loud.
Oof.
Morpheus. What does it mean?
Will the burning of it send it to dream somehow? Is that what she wanted?
Apparently, the last thing he did was write a letter to his old publisher, begging them to bring one of his books back into print.
Oof.
Here comes a candle, I suppose.
I think it was.
He didn't even, I mean, this man was a piece of shit, so good, I'm glad he's dead. But like, he literally, the one thing he asked him to do, and he didn't do it.
You called.
I would love to see the
Told me
story
you
of
had been in
them.
prison. Inspire him
Oof.
to let me go.
I will do all that. And more.
Here's what I want, Netflix. I want to see the story of Morpheus and Morpheus are very similar. It's funny. The Morpheus and Eurydice, for fuck's sake, and Calliope, please.
He's just a man.
I cannot allow him to go free.
Taking away the muse
Because I
would
was
give him
once yours.
nothing.
Because he hurt you.
Who the fuck are you? Get out of my house.
Be quiet.
Look, I have money.
Hold your tongue.
Oh, I love this.
And you will not set her free because you need ideas. Well, if it's ideas you want, then you shall have them. in abundance.
Oh my god.
Are you giving me nightmares now? Tell me!
I have done nothing to you, Richard Maddock. You have met Morpheus,
Yep.
whom the Romans called the shaper of form.
So many worlds, so many different kinds of characters. May I just ask, where does all that come from?
The woman I keep locked up.
For me, to destroy an author, they sacrifice a child and...
His
follow
ideas are
critical
coming out.
The streets are paved with time. A train full of silent
Ideas.
women,
All he
driven
has is
by a blind
ideas.
man.
You wanted ideas.
There is a woman in a room upstairs. She's locked up in there. There's a cargo cult.
We'll meet you at the
The
hospital.
sun's setting over the Parthenon. Shark's teeth soup.
But yeah, if there is really a woman there, you have to fucking make sure she's freed.
Black.
Morpheus made quick work of this, and it's beautiful. Is she gone because he freed her? Here comes a candle. Yep. She was his muse. Oh my god, he literally wrote a book about her. Fucking hell. But because he's freed her, he said the words. That was all it took.
It is over. Thank you.
I merely answered your call.
By inspiring humanity to want better for themselves and each other. By rewriting the laws by which I was held.
That is the right answer.
Laws that were written long ago in which my sisters and I had no say. You have
I
changed,
love
Onerus.
this. He has.
In the old days, you would have left me here to rot without turning a hair.
I have learnt much in recent times, and
He has.
And without forgiveness, wounds will never heal.
you would forgive him for what he has done.
I would not forgive what he has done, but I must forgive the man.
She's amazing.
Will you free him?
If what,
If that is what you wish.
exactly, if it's what she wants.
So hard to think all of a sudden.
Good.
And it's all gone with her.
Good. Fuck you.
The idea is that I have no idea.
It's beautiful.
Grieve him properly.
I think that would be good.
Perhaps, but
She's free. Okay, those were definitely two short stories, and they were very, very different, obviously, from everything that had come before. I definitely preferred the second one to the first one, but the first one was just so randomly unexpected that it was delightful. Definitely, I'm never going to have a cat. You know, I'm not a cat person. I'm not greatly against cats, but I don't love them. But yeah, when they come and they reclaim their rightful place as our overlords, I will just be someone that has not had any cat relations. It's fine, cats. You know, you do your thing, I do my thing. But the whole concept of that was very, very interesting. This idea of being inside the cats, and the idea that, I mean, if animals like cats and dogs really did have thought processes as complex as ours, it'd be very messed up. But I mean, they don't, so that's good. And anybody that throws a bag of kittens in a river in like 2020 is messed up and needs to go to prison for animal cruelty. So that episode was very interesting. And I love seeing the dream being like the Lord of the Cats and everything. Like, it was just done very, very well. Then the second episode was so good. This idea, I love the way the Sandman universe like, it's just got all aspects of mythology and legend interwoven through it, and they all play a part and they make sense together. I love it so much. And to see meeting a Greek muse and finding that yet another sort of mythical being that has been trapped by humans' greed, their desire for power, for personal ego, and just putting themselves first. And that moment when she said, well, you promised you'd let me go, like, she'd been kind of her first imprisonment, she'd been clinging on to this hope, well, it's just going to be like the humans' lives, they're short, it's going to be fine, like, yes, I'll have to endure this time, but he'll die and I'll be free. And when he transferred over, and then when Rick started to actually like be an abusive master, it's kind of like, well, clearly if he would just find somebody else and pass her on and on and on. and it was very disgusting to watch. Definitely was rooting for the downfall of that man, and it was, you know, I felt like worse could have been done to him, but it was, I almost wish that like there'd been proof that he had been keeping a woman prisoner, because then he could go to prison for like kidnapping, or at least be publicly known as a kidnapper. But regardless, he's never going to write again, and that is beautiful. And he's never going to, he can't even think properly again, which is even beautifuler, because that vile man does not deserve to. You know, yes, you could kind of see his desperation, and, you know, my like dream is to be an author. I know it's not a dream I will ever fulfill, but it is a dream that I hope I can one day. I have like 1,001,000,000 ideas, and it's just putting pen to paper that the ideas shrivel. Like, I know what the idea is. Like, I have a couple of books where I know like the whole beat of the plot. I know what will happen. I know who the characters are. I go to write, and my brain is just like, nope, no words. I would not kidnap anybody, goddess or otherwise, and force them, like, even if it was for my dream, even if it was whatever, like, you just don't do that. So I love the way this kind of episode, I feel like it was also talking a lot about, in some ways, about how like men have traditionally always used women for strength, for they've taken and taken and taken, and women have been powerless against it. It's a little bit of that in there. I think especially when the old author was like, oh yeah, you know, her job is to give us men inspiration or whatever. But my absolute favourite part of this was getting a little bit more of Morpheus's backstory, and of finding out that he and Calliope were Orpheus's children, Orpheus's parents, and that kind of rich tapestry that is his life. I love finding out more backstory. I love finding out, you know, there are 1,001 different stories that make up this character, make up the mythology of the world that this show is set in, that, you know, covers all sorts of different mythologies. And so I absolutely love unpicking some of that and getting more information and finding more about these characters. I really hope we get more like this. I mean, I'm guessing the next season, although I think they've said it, they refer to it as like more episodes because it came up at the end rather than like season 2. But I still presume there will be a big chunk of that will be dealing with Lucifer and hell and like whatever their plan is. But I hope we get more episodes like this, which are just the standalone random ones that give us more information on both Morpheus and more information on the wider world. I love seeing the fates again. This show is so well done. I love it so much. And I really enjoyed the way Morpheus was determined to get revenge. And I respect her for being like, well, no, I can't forgive his deeds, but I'll forgive him for myself. I often think like the whole concept of, oh, in order to heal yourself, you have to forgive. I understand it's kind of letting go of the pain so you're not carrying it, but there are some things that are so bad that you're never going to forgive. But looking at it that way of, well, I will not forgive his deeds, but I will forgive it. It's kind of like, I think that's sort of something more to what I just feel like in my own life is, I'm never going to forget what people have done, but for my own good, I'm not going to dwell on it all the time. I'm going to move past it, but I'm going to remember that they did it. I'm going to know that's going to be a mark against their soul for forever. I really loved Calliope, and I would love to see her again. I'll watch a spin-off show about the Muses. And also to have yet another person who knows Morpheus look at him and be like, you have changed, and to see that he has become a better version of himself, and we've watched that happen, and it's just really special. So I loved these episodes. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.